Speaking of food and sort of advertising, has anyone ever heard or come across the expression, probably not you guys, of subliminal advertising? Have you heard of that before? Yeah. Yeah. And what it was, it relates to an activity that sort of started in the early 50s. And advertisers, what they sneakily did, and it was illegal, was if there was let's say you were at the cinema watching a movie, for one single frame of that movie at regular intervals, but literally just flashed up before you, they'd advertise a product. And your conscious mind wouldn't pick up on that. But your subconscious mind, and this was tested, was found to be influenced. And one of the main culprits of using this, as I say, it was found to be illegal and it got banned because the military got interested in it, was the Pepsi. You know, the people that sell Pepsi. They were one of the ones that sort of instigated the idea in the first place, this subject or this concept of subliminal advertising. And of course we all think, well, I make my own choices in life. Advertising doesn't really affect me. When I go to the supermarket, I buy the products that I want to buy because I like those products. But no, it doesn't work that way. We're all influenced in some way or another. Now you'll have noticed that I've put a sum on the board. Could I ask you to bring up the calculator on your phones if you have a phone with you? Just kick up the calculator and just check that that total's correct for me, please. Don't take my word for it otherwise. Just fire up your calculator, add up the totals, and that should be the total sum there. And just tell me if that's correct.
Like the line? The sum of the...
741 plus 314 plus 192
okay.
plus 865.
Okay.
Yeah? And if we confirm that that's the correct sum of the total, yeah?
Yes.
Now tell me something. If I switched this figure for this figure, then obviously we'd have a completely different total, wouldn't we? Yeah? Just check that again. Is that how it started in the right place? 471. Yeah? That's still correct. So if I switch them round, obviously you've now found out that it would be a different total. We all agreed? Yeah? Now what we're going to do, we're going to switch some of these around, or I'm not going to make the choices, to make a completely new sum. And you're going to make those choices for me. In other words, Kate, choose a number from the top row.
7.
7. And we'll remove that, and we'll construct a new sum, if you like. From the second row, Greg.
4.
4. And from this third row, Ollie.
1.
1. And last but not least, from this bottom row, Anna.
8.
8. Like that. Starting again from the top row, Eligas.
4.
4, yeah? And starting from the second row, okay?
3.
3. And this third row, Greg?
2.
2. And the last row, Ollie?
5.
5. And obviously we've only got these left, so I would go around the room, but you'd have to make these choices, wouldn't you? But we can say that these have been placed in absolute random. Would that be true? Yeah?
Yes.
And we've constructed a new sum that's going to have a total to it that I couldn't possibly know. In fact, nobody in the world could know the total to the way that we've rearranged these. Would that be correct? Have to be correct. Could you get your calculators out, please, and just sum that up for me? Could someone give me that total?
12,939.
That's 12,939.
Yes.
Are we all agreed with that?
Mm-hmm.
And are we all agreed that if, with the first choice, if you hadn't have said 7, if you'd have said 4, they'd have been the other way round, and that would be a different total? That's obvious. Absolutely no one in the world could know this total ahead of time. Now, I started the conversation off talking about subliminal advertising and whether you could actually be influenced by subliminal advertising. And of course, the answer is, what's the total there? Is that 12939? Thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause.